Welcome back to my channel, everyone, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, don't forget to hit subscribe. I have a commissioned piece. This is a very large cradled wood panel. I've gessoed it. I've taped the sides because I want the sides to be the lovely blonde wood that it is. And it is 30 by 24. So I have some guidelines that have been given to me. I want a really dark sky and a nice sandy beach down here. And I am going to do the underpainting first before I get to the resin. So enjoy. That's the underpainting done. I'm using Floetrol to blend because it acts as a paint conditioner and it is terrific for blending. Now I've just got to wait for that to dry. I'm going to apply the beach next and then I will resin. Time for the beach. I'm just going to mask off the area, move my starfish, because I want a nice smooth line where I want my beach before the sand has dried. I'm going to take off the masking tape. And what that will do, the sand will kind of flatten into the ocean, just a tad. And I measured the distance, so they're the same distance. I mixed the sand with Elmer's Glue All, and I collect the sand myself from several beaches, ranging from really powdery sand to kind of middle sand to coarser sand. This is the coarser sand, and I mix it with glue. All people say, why don't you mix it with resin? I don't personally like the look of sand mixed with resin. When you mix it with glue, you get a much more realistic look. The sand remains looking like sand. That's what I like. And as it's drying, if you want a rougher look, you can come back and rough it up a bit. So when you mix sand with resin, it goes darker and doesn't look like real sand anymore. I guess if you're using sand that you buy in an art store that's virtually white, maybe that's a reason to mix it with resin. But me no likey. So I'm just going to spread this out. also the glue all. It literally turns this stuff to, it's like concrete. This ain't going anywhere. Well, same with resin. That's not going to move either. So let's just spread it out. So I've picked out just a few and put them in sand when it is wet. And I've got some really pretty stones here in pale colours and dark colours. So I'm going to just cluster those together. Another couple of shells. And maybe over here, a few rocks around it. Just lightly press them down. They're not going anywhere. Now my sand is dry and there's a great transition into the ocean. I've got my resin mixed. I'm going to begin with the resin at the shoreline first, and by that I'm just going to do just a little bit of clear, just to give a nice transition. And I'm going to go from light to dark. And I know my client wants kind of a dramatic dark with some turquoise, but she really wants kind of a real kind of drama effect. So I'm not going to use a lot of kind of Caribbean style. I'm going to use some light blue. A lot of my blending is going to be done by hand. And all my paints today, my resin, have been individually hand mixed. So I can't really give you the exact paints that I've used. I mean, I can give you colours, but it's kind of a chemistry formula. Individual. And this is just the first layer of resin. I'm going to be using maybe 3 or 4 layers of resin. back to the beach. My resin is mixed. I'm going to begin at the shoreline actually. I want to go over this again. I want to do another little bit of clear here. I want to go over this with some white alcohol ink. So I'm just going to put my clear here and let that just sit for a while. And that can just rest and take its place. Where's my stick? I'm going to get my heat gun and blow all this out anyway. All right, then I'm going to begin here and go and get darker. Then I'm going to do a little bit of light blue, just a little bit. Then the bright aqua green, Liquitex Basics. And it's finished. It's absolutely gorgeous and it is flawless. I will bring you in for a closer look. You can see the beach. I've used a rougher kind of sand. Which I think is really nice. And the ocean is like, you can see everything reflected in the background, but it is like literally, it is absolutely perfect. Not one dimple, not one hair. It is just gorgeous. And this is a commission piece. So if you want, and it is 24 inches high and 30 inches long. And it is sold. So if you want something like this, get in touch with me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.